Wednesday, the 22nd. Good morning. What are we doing today? Something with stability balls. Everybody's in pain. I got hips and elbows and backs and shoulders, and hell, my body's even giving me some grief today. My hip is achy, but not a reason to not do anything. We got our stability ball, a couple of body weight exercises. We're going to start with reverse lunge with a twist. Remember, one foot goes back, that arm comes across the front of the body. Reach back, touch the heel on the opposite side. So as I'm reaching here, this hand, is coming around back to the ankle. Everything is 8 reps today. So down to the knee, nice rotation. When you get down here, make sure you're squeezing that butt cheek. Give yourself a stretch in that thigh, through the hip. If you're still having trouble touching, just keep working on this. If you find that ankle is a trick, it's because you're tight. From these, we're going to go to the reach, roll, and lift. Really good upper back, shoulder, and lat stretch using our stability ball. So I'm going to kneel comfortably. Hands are on the ball with straight arms. My palms are facing each other, thumbs up to the sky. I'm going to start from kind of a tall kneeling. Hands are about 45 degrees into the side of the ball here. I'm going to start pushing my hands forward, my hips backwards. So the weight, body weight's not being put on the ball. I'm just putting some stretch into the shoulders, but all the weight is back on my hips. Right? So this is easy to control. So we're going to reach, roll, drop our head through the shoulders, and we press karate chop style right through the ball. So what I mean, boom, you're pushing the arm straight down through the ball. So reach, roll, and lift back up. So you're kind of kicking those lats on. And again, everything is 8. Nothing to think about in terms of rep counting. Stop at the number 8. If it's a two-sided exercise, it's 8 on both sides. And you may be feeling stretched to the back of the arms, which is good, as those are attached to your elbows and wrists. When it's attached to your shoulder girdle, and if that stuff's getting cranky and that muscle's tight, it needs to be looser. But we're also stretching the big back muscles so that you can move better. So from reach, roll, and lift, we're sliding over to dead bugs, using the ball. Again, I've got just legs straight, arms straight, fingertips and toes are holding the ball. Opposite arm and leg go to the floor. And you want to touch the arm flat to the floor. And you want to touch the leg all the way down, such that the calf muscle here touches the floor first. So you got to pull back on your toes, straighten and lock your knee. Oops, that goes back there. Oops, went backwards. Let's try it again. So we're really firing up the back of the glutes. To get that leg to come all the way down, you've got to use your hips. And to get the shoulder to come down, you've got to use your back muscles to pull it down. But just dropping your leg to the floor bent, no good. Get it straight, get the calf on the floor first. It makes a huge difference in the exercise. Reverse crunch. Okay. Stay pretty much where we're at. Grab the ball behind the heels, squeeze it into the back of the legs. So we're pinching it between our heels and our butt. Reach back, hold on to something if you need to, curl it. Don't need to hold on. If you have trouble with the exercise, holding on will help. If you have a really tight upper back, like I do, a little extra grip on something will help you get deeper into that stretch. I'm just going to slide up and finish another 4 here quick. Nice and slow down. Ball doesn't hit the floor. As soon as your tailbone touches, you stop, reverse back up. Okay. Had to be enough of those. Okay, who's next? Going to the knee tuck. Reverse crunch and the knee tuck. So toes or shins up on the ball, ankles, push up position, snug those shoulders down. Right? We're just going to hold a plank with the upper body. And if you have to go on fists because your wrists hurt, do it. Spread the fingers wide. If you're on a palm, really help stretch out those fingers. Now, if you're feeling like you're one of the gutsy, strong people right now and your shoulders are happy and healthy, feel free to throw the push-up and make this the atomic push-up. You would just put a push-up in here. Right? I'm not doing that. I spent several hours cleaning awnings yesterday. It's sort of like painting a ceiling. Everything's over your head. So, plank and roll. You're going to put forearm on the ball, like so, both of them, about shoulder wide. I start from kneeling. I'm just going to prop up on my feet, get into a plank on the ball. So my shoulders are just about under my elbow, and I'm going to try to roll them out under my nose and back. This is very much like the ab wheel. You've got to keep tight pelvic tilt. Just because it's a big goofy ball doesn't mean you can't get hurt. So, just like the ab wheel, tight pelvic tilt, push the ball out under your nose, pull it back. The further you reach forward with the ball, the harder it gets. Now I am going to show you the version of the rollout with the ball later. But that's just a nice... You can also, that's sometimes called stir the pot, where instead of just moving forward and back, you'll move the ball in circles, or even figure eights, which is just kind of up on the ball doing those reps. All right, plank and roll, gorilla squat. Everybody's favorite. So from the side, now let me show you from the front, because you might need a wider stance than usual. Arms stay straight. You're going to reach down, try and grab your toes. Now if you can't, go ahead and bend the knees a little bit, right? But grab your toes. From here, you're going to keep the arms straight and pull to bring your hips down. Pull with your arms. Pull your shoulders back, get your head up. Now push your knuckles back into the floor to lift your hips. And very seriously, push through the floor with your fingers if you have to. See if you can't get that full hamstring stretch and a full toe touch. That pressing through the floor, you know, like I'm using my knuckles, but if you're really tight, you might want to change to fingertips here and push into the floor. Lift your hips and torso by pushing through the arms. Push, 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 push. Now, if you're still having trouble with that and you've got something small and low near you, a 2x4 yoga block, you could place it in front of you a little bit higher and use that to push on. But the idea is that push will actually help you straighten your knees, lighten the load on your hamstrings, and actually let them stretch all the way out. Okay. All right, so gorilla squat's done. Romanian twist, back on the ball. Remember, head, shoulders, and neck supported, but not your low back. So, here, back here. Head, shoulders, neck supported. Nice high bridge. Arms up. You can weight this if you so desire. We're going to do 8 in each direction. Trying to get my shoulders turned perpendicular to my hips as I reach this point here, right? A big rotation. And again, everything's 8 reps. That's probably about there. Make sure you keep your glutes tight here. Okay. And could sit down or sit up. Now, oddly, we should sit up because we're going to the regular stability ball crunch. Again, this is one of those exercises that I see done incorrectly more often than done correctly. So, for this one, the setup is simple. My butt or hips are just off the ball. Low back on the ball. If I lay back, my shoulders are still supported, right? So there's the setup. Now, from here, tight glute squeeze. You don't want to let go of that. Just like the ab wheel, do not let go of the hips. Support the head and neck with your hands. Curl up. If you keep your butt tight, you can't physically go any higher than this. This is what's going to make it correct. It's going to make it an ab exercise. So lay back, get the stretch, squeeze up into the ab cramp, and then back down. Squeeze the glutes up into the ab cramp. So it's all right here. And you can use a hand, feel it. Thumb on the sternum, pinky on the belly button. Bring that distance together. That's what you're doing with your abs. You're compressing here. Never once is your butt sag, okay? Keep that in mind, you'll always have a good crunch. Leg curl, somewhere on our back. Heels on the ball. Bridge up. Get those hips up nice and high, arms out to the side. Keep the hips high. Bring the ball back up under the back of your legs and hamstrings or your butt. If you're extra strong, do it single leg. Do 8 per side. Okay, leg curl, ab roll out. So, you don't have an ab wheel, or maybe you do, but you don't have it today. Mine's inside. So, like the reach roll and lifts, and a little bit like the plank and roll, this time we're going to be using our hips moving forward, just like we do with the ab wheel. So it's going to look like this. I'm going to make a fist instead of fingertips. Ball is going to be about 45 degrees, straight arms, I'm strung, I'm punching right through the ball. Roll it out, pull it back. I'm going to go a little lower into the ball this time. I'm going to be a little further. And there's your ab wheel. Strong straight arm, using fist with the thumb up. Hips are locked forward. If you've been having trouble with the ab rollout on the ground with the wheel, this will help a little bit. And it's different than the wheel because you have this lateral instability. Roll out, ab twister. I put stability ball in question marks if you're one of those folks with really messy low back or hips. The stability ball version looks like so. Hips and knees are at 90. I've got my legs together, arms out to the side, palms down. Everything else stays the same, except now the ball is taking the load of my legs, making this a stretch, a little bit of contraction here, so we're getting some exercise, we're working the muscles, but it's primarily a stretch, which is exactly what my body is calling for today. Now the regular, remember, is with legs up, side to side. Keep the feet moving towards your head, towards your fingertips, not moving away from your body. So you keep that tailbone off the floor as you go left to right. I might try these a little later, second set that way, but right now my back is saying, nope, go here and get that stretch. I've got a crazy something going on. Right rear SI and left front SI. So diagonally across the body. It's one of those things that happens in hips, shoulders, neck. It isn't always north and south of the pain site that you've got an injury. It sometimes is on the other side of the body diagonally. Body's weird like that. That's why it's always good to ask questions. If you've got a pain, you can start with me. If I can't help you, I will steer you towards somebody who can. So this variation of the ab twister, really great stretch for a lot of the torso, hips, back. Okay, so ab twister assisted or not, breathing squat's the last thing we're going to finish off with. So remember, heels together, feet about 45, standing, our arms are up. We come down on the balls, the feet, heels leave the floor. We stay tall, arms drop down and back. We exhale. We inhale up, get to the top, lock the knees, squeeze the glutes, reach up and back. Exhale down. Inhale up. Now on the board I made a note that 1 to 2 rounds of this is good movement therapy. So depending on where you're at in your recovery, energy levels and such, right? So if you've been laying low for longer than you probably should have, definitely 1, maybe 2 if you're feeling good. This isn't a workout that's going to make you sore tomorrow. Slow everything down, make sure you go through the movements. And if you need more of a workout, do a 3rd, 4th, or 5th round, feel free. For me, it's going to be 2 today. Enjoy.